In this lecture, we're going to talk about aggregate demand and aggregate supply. So for today's lecture, I'll only talk about aggregate demand. And in tomorrow's lecture, we'll be talking about how you derive the aggregate supply curve and then its detailing. Now, what is an aggregate demand curve? Right? Aggregate demand curve is the combination of price level and the output at which both goods and money market are in equilibrium. That is the definition of aggregate demand, right? So aggregate demand is, if you look at the aggregate demand curve as we have drawn here, it is drawn in price and output space. It shows all those combination of price level and the output at which both goods market and money market are in equilibrium, at which both goods market and money market are in equilibrium. Now, this is the very crude definition of aggregate demand. Okay, this is the definition. We'll also have to derive that how aggregate demand curve is derived. It is, when I'm saying it is those combination of price level and output at which goods and money market are in equilibrium, it means that we are talking about IAS and LM curves. IAS curve shows all the points in which goods market is in equilibrium. LM curve shows all those points in which money market is in equilibrium. AD is showing all those points at which goods market and money market are simultaneously in equilibrium, right? So it shows that AD curve is derived from the IAS and LM curves both. Meanwhile, just in 3-4 minutes, we'll be talking about how AD curve is derived. So I hope this is clear to you that what is an AD curve? AD curve is those combination of price level and output at which goods and money market both are in equilibrium. You remember how your goods market is, what are the equilibrium, what do you call as the locus of an equilibrium of the goods market? That is an IAS curve. Equilibrium for money market, that is the LM curve. Okay. Now the question arises, why does AD curve slope downward? Okay, why AD curve slopes downwards? Well, if you look at it, okay, I've just drawn the AS curve. Just take it for me, just for a short time, that AS curve is upward sloping. Right? AS curve is like a supply curve. Supply curve is an upward sloping curve that we know. We'll talk about this in detail tomorrow, but just for the time being. So for example, AS, just assume this, that AS curve is upward sloping, and AD and AS curve, they're both drawn in PY space, that is in price and output space, and their equilibrium is at E0. Price level is at equilibrium, price is P0, and equilibrium quantity is Y0. So equilibrium price is P0, equilibrium quantity is Y0. Now, at the given level of price, supposedly if price is given to you, let's say this is an equilibrium price P0. Clear? Price level is given to you. Now suppose price level falls from P0. Price level falls from P0. So in case if price level is falling, you remember your real balances. Real balances are given by M by P. Nominal money balances are always given to you. That is, if you remember this, nominal money balance is always given. That means it is exogenously given. Your model is not deciding, it is just given to you. Now suppose price level is falling. So when price level falls, okay, then that is denominator is falling, then what will happen to fraction? It will increase. So your real money balances will increase. M bar by P bar in whole is the real money balances. while M bar in itself is just the nominal money balance. So when P increases, when P falls, M bar by P increases. So real money balances increases, right? If real money balances increases, then what happens? It will reduce the rate of interest. Just imagine your LM curve, right? If your real money balances will increase, LM curve will shift out. That's what the way it is, right? I hope you remember this, and I'll be talking about this in detail here. Okay, I'm just giving you some idea. So when real money balances will increase, right, people will have more money with them as such. So, and when will they hold more money with them? Right. I don't want you to think in this way. Just think it for a while, only in this way. That is, when real money balances will increase, then LM curve will shift out, and LM curve shifts out means interest rate will fall. When interest rate is falling, you know the relationship between interest rate and investment demand. So investment demand is the function of interest rate. In fact, it is a negative function of interest rate, right? So it reduces the rate of interest. Increase in real balances will reduce the rate of interest. A reduced rate of interest will increase the investment demand. And you remember your AD? AD was C plus I plus G. So when I increases, this is an identity, AD will increase, right? So increasing investment demand will increase the AD. So if you remember, when price level is falling, AD is increasing. So this is the relationship. So you have a negative relationship. So when price level falls, when P falls, AD increases. AD is your Y, it's your output. So you have a negative relationship between P and Y.